Hey guys, Jordan here from Tech Today, and for this month's more budget-oriented computer build, I put together a $650 PC capable of maxing out almost all games at ultra settings at 1440p. So, let's get to it. So starting out with the processor, I've gone with the Intel Core i5-6400. And although this chip isn't the fastest i5 on the market, with its 4 physical cores and base clock of 2.7 GHz, with a turbo boost up to 3.3 GHz, it'll definitely be able to provide some awesome performance for all of your heavy gaming, especially paired with our GPU, which we'll get to later in the video. So on top of that, the CPU has 6 MB of level 3 cache and only utilizes a minute 65 watts of power. So since this processor isn't overclockable, it comes with a CPU cooler out of the box, which will save you a couple bucks. So for about $180, this Skylake chip should be a great choice for this build. So for the motherboard, I've chosen the Gigabyte GA-H110M-A. And this micro ATX board has an LGA 1151 socket, which is exactly what we need for our CPU, and Intel's H110 chipset, which is adequate since our i5 can't be overclocked. So in addition, it's 4 stated 6 gigabit per second ports for all of your drives. So although this motherboard doesn't have every feature under the sun, it has all the necessities that we'll need for this build for about $50. Now for the memory, I picked out 8 GB from Crucial. And this DDR4 RAM has a clock speed of 2133 MHz and a CAS latency of 15. Now unfortunately, our motherboard only has 2 slots for memory, so I've gone with only a single stick. So if you want to down the road, you can always throw in another stick for increased performance. So for about $35, this RAM seems like the perfect fit for this build. Now for storage, I would have loved to put in an SSD, but unfortunately the budget didn't allow. So instead, I've gone with the trusty 1TB Western Digital Caviar Blue. But if you're interested in an SSD, I'll be sure to put a link to one down below that's affordable. So this popular drive is featuring 1TB of storage of course, but in addition, you're going to be seeing a 7200 RPM spindle speed paired with 64 MB of cache, which should be able to boot Windows in about 20 seconds or so. So paired with the Caviar Blue's affordable $50 price point and all of its excellent reviews, it's a no-brainer. Now for the graphics card that'll be pushing out all your pixels, I've gone with the Zotac GTX 1060 Mini Edition. And this recently released card is packing a core clock of 1.51 GHz paired with 1280 CUDA cores and a whopping 6 GB of GDDR5 memory that'll be able to easily provide excellent frame rates on ultra settings at 1440p resolution. And according to benchmarks provided by TechSpot.com, the GTX 1060 actually beats out the GTX 970 and R9 390X from AMD, which is surprising, especially considering this card comes in at a price that's below both of those GPUs. So moving on, for I/O, you're going to be seeing one DVI-D along with 3 display ports and 1 HDMI to power all of your displays. So as you can see, this card is pretty impressive, especially considering its relatively affordable price point of $250 and compact size, which will fit this build perfectly. So as far as the case goes, I've gone with the sleek Fractal design Core 1100. So aside from this chassis' modern design, it's also featuring 2 5¼ inch bays and 2 3½ inch bays for all of your drives. And on the front, you'll find a USB 2.0 and 3.0 port for fast data transfer, along with a headphone and microphone port for audio. So for an affordable $35, the Core 1100 is a no-brainer. Now for the power supply, I've chosen the EVGA 500B. And this 500 watt supply is more than capable of powering all of our components, but also is 80+ bronze certified, which means that you'll save a couple bucks a month in the power bill, which is always a plus. And even though this unit isn't modular, paired with all of its positive reviews and affordable $45 price point, you can't go wrong. So that pretty much sums up this month's budget build. I hope you enjoyed the video, and feel free to drop me a comment below on your thoughts on this $650 PC or any other dollar amounts you want me to cover. And as always, I'll have the PC part picker list linked down below. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.